Hi, everybody. Welcome to Module 1. It's me, Barb. If you watch the introductory video, you may notice got a little more mileage on me. I did last year's introductory video because I don't know, it was still relevant. The Each week I'm going to do a content video like this, and I want you to watch it. Although, if you're someone who prefers to just do the reading and not watch a video, I'm right there with you sometimes. I will do any sort of timely updates or feedback that everybody needs to know right at the beginning of the video, and then I'll go through everything sort of um, in a more detailed format. So if you just like to read the content, which is right here on the content page, then you're fine. Although don't leave yet because I just want to highlight a couple of things that were in the introduction video that you need to know. First off is please read the rubric section, particularly regarding the discussion. You need to post at least 2 different days of the week, ideally three, but because you have to have 3 posts to get full credit. Um, Also, don't put giant blocks of text. Like if you're writing a manifesto, feel free. But if we're trying to keep it conversational, any of you who have taken a class with me before already know this. But we try to the discussion's really, you know, discussion-y, conversational. Um, One change from classes that I've done in the past is that our due date is Tuesday. Um, it just lined up better for the way that the semester goes. Um, so Tuesday is the due date. You'll notice extra time for February break and April break, which follows the general Massachusetts public school calendar. I think most of us are probably in education. If not, if you have a different schedule where you need the longer time someplace else, let me know and we'll individually work on, specific due dates for you. Speaking of due dates, I have them. If you turn in something, I'm fine with late work for everything except the discussion. The discussion, you have an extra few days to post, but it's really going to, your credit will depend on how how quick I get around to grading. But I want you to be able to access the discussion and read it, even if you can't do the posting. So you get a few extra days on that. Anything else, if you need to be late, I'd love a heads up. But if you don't get a chance to, I know things come up. Um, you're just not going to get feedback for late work. I will just be like, there you go. I'm trying to think of the third. Oh, the third thing is timing, and I go over that in the video, and I believe in the introductory page. It's because this class is, I'm basically just providing you structure. You're doing most of the investigation on your own. So time really can get away from you. So just be aware of that. Like, I don't want anyone, I have recently been taking grad classes. I'm taking one this semester as well, and I know what it's like time wise. So do, be cognizant of that. All right. If you just want to read the Module 1 content on your own and don't want a little preview, you may now exit. The rest of you, let's take a look. So this week we're looking at change as a constant in school library and also, how we're going to communicate some of the tools that we're going to use throughout. um, there's a lot to read, not so much to explore, but there's a couple of things, a couple of activities. Number one is creating your blog. The one thing I will say about the blog that I should have said when everyone is here is make sure it's a blog. Don't build a website. They're different, and you'll see that through the reading. Blogging allows for your newest information that you're putting out there to be up at the top. It's just a system that makes it easy to sort of have have your most recent stuff at the top. I guess I already said it. All right. So let us look at the reading, shall we? So, oh, it's just a different thing. Okay, so Bod, oh, AI. Okay, I don't know if you've heard of it. AI is everywhere, and we should be aware of it. This is a really good article I liked from School Library Journal, which is my all-time favorite, which is Andrew Bod, how we can be implementing artificial intelligence in schools, using it as a tool. We can't close our eyes to it, and Bod gets that. So this is our introduction. We'll also be looking later um, during the MSLA conference, which hopefully many of you will be attending that week. Anyone who's not going to the conference is going to be investigating AI and bringing back what they find to us. So that will be nice. All right. Then we've got Diorio. This is from COVID times, and Diorio, it pretty much just looks at he doesn't do a lot for school libraries. It's kind of public library, but it's a good it's a good overview of sort of how, again, a huge shift that happened. And he did introduce us to, I'm just going to skip over one here, to this translation of practices for school librarians from New York City's Department of Education, which is great, not just in sort of showing what a technological shift does, but also looking at the practices of our job. So if you are just starting out in the library program, it gives a nice overview here as well in this column, and then sort of looks at the shift. All right. Speaking of blogs, we got Renee Hobbs here, who I love. This is, I think we might be looking at another chapter from her book in the multimedia section, but this one is on blogs and websites. We'll give you an idea of why blogging is important, what it can help you with. We've also got Richardson over here, which I should take down. It's so old. I think it's like 2007, maybe. It was so timely when I started this course, but God, the man loves blogs so much. And it does give you a nice, a good look at sort of the format and the early educational component of it. All right. Then we got Olson, which I can't, oh, so this is one of your activities, right? This is Olson. Gosh, does it even have the date on here? 2008. But these are 10 things every teacher should know about technology. And I just like that. I love lists of 10 things. You'll be seeing some more of those come up. But what I like about this is a big part of our job is helping teachers. And in my district, I don't do a lot of tech help because we've got such a good, robust tech department. But in a lot of schools, and I think more so when you're in an elementary school, you might be the point person for technology in your building, not your district. So it's good to be aware that that's a big part of what we do. And this is one that you can definitely ask your old buddy AI for some help with, but also your opinion. What do you think? And I know that many of you are classroom teachers. This would be a great place for you to show what you know, what you wish you know. So not feel free. This is going to be, is it your first blog post? I believe it's your first blog post. You're going to make a list of 10 things that you think that teachers should know, and then we're going to revisit it at the end of the class and see if you are a prognosticator. All right, then if you want some theory, we've got the SAMR model, an article about this, which is basically, about tech integration, about using it, and what it can do. I just learned about this in the last year or two, and I was like, oh, that's a really nice structure for this kind of thinking. And then finally, we have your life work, the librarian, and this is just a fun little video. We're going to look at it again in the oh my goodness, what do you call it? Multimedia section. So you'll have a chance to look at that again. All right. I believe that that is it. If you have not yet looked at the introduction stuff, do take a look there, and that'll explain sort of my take on how you use AI in this course. The blog thing. If you have never done a blog before, I don't have a specific. I use Google's Blogger tool, which I like. I think it's super easy to use. There's also, oh my Lord, I've completely lost the. There are many other blogging sites which you can at least a couple other blogging sites that you can use, and they will have instructions for how to do that. Um, if you need something specific, your old friend Google search will help you. If you're really stuck, absolutely reach out to me. I will try to find something for you. But remember that a big part of our job is to find things for other people. And a lot of that is just having a good Google search that brings up I say Google, any search engine that you like. I tend to have just given up and I use the Google, but there are other search engines you can use, of course. But being a good searcher is something that you want to be aware of. All right. Gosh, I guess we're starting. Okay. If you need anything, you can email me. There's also there's a help discussion in the In our discussions, I'll just go over there and show you discussions. And it should be up at the top, which it's not. I haven't pinned it yet. Don't worry, I'll pin it. And it's right there. And it will, once you go in here, you can post a question and I will answer. I check everything, 24 hours, but this is where you'd post any questions. And I believe that there is a way that you can post them anonymously if you should so desire, if you feel like your question is dumb. Although, as we know, there's no such thing as a stupid question. And honestly, it might help other people. The Canvas email is the best way to reach me rather than I check my SSU email, but it's a pain. So I check Canvas once or twice a day. I also have my phone number somewhere in the syllabus. If it's an emergency, hopefully nobody's going to have emergencies. Anyway, all right, I'm going to stop sharing and then I'm going to stop recording and and I'll see you on the discussion boards. Okay, bye.